most non-disappointing game of 2015, World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I'm still playing it.
I forgot what it's called, but you got to get on board that server. We should invite the subscribers to join us.
We should.
Actually, it already has 7,000 people. I can't imagine 7,000 people in WoW on one server.
Isn't that the normal?
No, it had thousands of people playing it, but there was hundreds of servers. So imagine 10,000 people on one server. I don't know what that would look like. All right, let's jump into it.
What's up, YouTube?
After we've been talking, I feel like kind of when you're talking shit about your friends and then they walk into the room and you kind of change the subject quickly. We were just talking about World of Warcraft. I don't know what you're going to do. Playing the vanilla World of Warcraft from like 2005. I'm very excited to do it, and I'll go ahead and
I'll
get rid of all my free time now.
Download it somewhere. I don't know, because I'm playing retail World of Warcraft right now.
Yeah.
Because I got like 6 months for Christmas.
So you bought all the... What's the new one now? The Panda one?
No, it's Draenor. No. Warlords of Draenor? Is that the new one?
I thought the Panda... Mist of Pandorum was the older one?
That's the second to
so
newest one.
Warlords of Draenor is the new one. That came out this year?
Yeah...
We're off topic, but
that's the new one?
Vanilla WoW is the goat game. I don't care what anyone says, it's the goat game.
I liked Lich. I liked Lich King a lot. I liked Shatrath. I liked the new area.
Your generation is just...
What's wrong with Lich King?
It's a lot.
I thought it was cool.
Burning Crusades was the heyday of WoW.
Cataclysm's when it all ended for me. That's when...
And Lich King came out after that.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, didn't it?
Lich King came out first.
So it came out
Vanilla,
after...
Burning, Lich, Cataclysm, Pandas, whatever the hell the new one is, and then whatever the hell the newest one is. I think it's Warlords of Draenor if the newest... I'm just going to
Burning Crusades is when... I stopped liking it after Burning Crusades, especially when they started giving out epics to everyone. Like, hey, are you playing? Here's an epic for free. Here's an epic for you. Epic for you. It was cool in the older ones when epics were actually epic. Like, holy shit.
They're actually kind of a pain in the ass now.
Okay, good. Well, it's how it should be. They're supposed to be like, oh shit, that guy has epics.
See, it's a pain in the ass, but you can still get them. Anyway, where the fuck are we still we can do this in 20 minutes. Alright.
5 minutes in the video.
Top 5 most disappointing or worst games of 2015. You couldn't really think of anything, so you're just going to kind of chime in. You thought it too?
Well, yeah, I thought it too, but they were actually disappointing. You're listing like A+ titles that some
people... They're not A+. No. They're not A+.
Their best-selling titles.
Amiibo Festival is not an A+ game.
That's your honorable mention.
One of my dishonorable mentions is Amiibo Festival. That game was awful. That was like, imagine Mario Party with even worse minigames.
That's the Animal Crossing one, right?
That's the Animal Crossing. And Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
No, I agree with that, but...
That was awful.
That's your dishonorable mentions.
Tony Hawk 5 is another dishonorable mention. See, these are the ones that didn't really affect me. I wasn't really looking forward to them. Like Animal Crossing, I heard Animal Crossing, hey! And then Amiibo Festival, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not going to buy that game anyway. Tony Hawk 5, I didn't expect much, and then it came out, it was awful.
But that was the one I was going to say, that was going to be my number 1.
I was hoping that was going to be a great game. I was like, oh, please bring back the heyday of Tony Hawk, that'd be so dope. I don't really know any of these new people, I didn't know anybody back then either, but I kind of got to know them. Though? I don't know, it's just skateboarding. Like, just take the old stuff, upgrade the graphics,
it was
add
perfect in like Tony Hawk 3. All they had to do was literally make Tony Hawk 3 shinier.
Yeah, that's all they had to do. That's all they
do. It looks worse. It looks like a game made in like 1997. None of the controls work. Triangle is like to slam onto the ground and to grind.
What is slamming onto the ground? What is that?
You screw up your combos because you would like triangle. The game sucked. That was my number 1.
Godzilla's another one. That's on my list, or on my dishonorable thing, just because I didn't expect much. Did you even know that came out? There's a game called Godzilla, and it was based off the old, like, Toho movies, where, like, the dude in the suit.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be awesome. I love that. It was crap. It was awful. It was like a PS1 game, PS2 game. It was awful.
Show some gameplay footage here when you're editing it, so I can actually watch it.
Everything. Alright, so now let's get to my top 5 disappointing games of 2015. This is going to piss off a lot of people.
It's going to.
Number 5 is Battlefront, because I loved Battlefront when I was a kid.
I
played it all the time on my PS2. I played at my friend's house. It was just a game I was constantly playing. It didn't matter where I was always playing that game.
Oh, it was so fun. They made it
so much fun.
So massive, like you were actually part of huge battles.
Oh my god, it was so cool. Like, I couldn't believe that this was on those consoles at the time. And you got vehicles, were space battles, you'd fly into the enemy's ship, you run around. Even the PSP version, Rogue Squadron, was really cool. You could customize your character, you had a level system, you could even customize your own emblem. They also had space battles. You notice I keep saying space battles? Because they didn't have space battles in the new game. How hard is that? You make a big area, make it black, throw some dots in the background. You got space, put some ships, and fly around and shoot each other. How hard is that?
Star Wars game?
It's so Star Wars. It's in the damn name.
What were they doing?
God. Now, it's not number one on the list because it still was kind of fun, but it's not something I'd play for more than like 2 weeks. And also the season pass was like $50. It
was an average game you expected way above average.
The graphics were so good, but a shiny piece of shit is still a piece of shit. It looks nice, it's shiny, that's great, but it's still not a great game. Like, I'm sure, I know some people have actually commented that they were giving it Game of the Year, and I just am so pissed off.
What are other complaints besides no space battles?
The $50 season pass. Like, that's unacceptable.
Oh god, $50 DLC to pay for ahead of time.
For maps. Are you kidding me? Like, what is that?
EA.
Just, oh my god. Just, I'm so done with maps. That's why I liked Halo 5.
Halo 5.
That's why Halo 5 was my favorite.
Well,
you don't pay for it.
No, it's fine. And it's not like the DLC in Halo 5 is pay to win. It's not.
No, it's just you get weapons and you can get skins, and even if you don't, keep the weapons or you don't buy the packs to get the weapons, you just kill somebody with a weapon, you pick it up, you use it.
Yeah.
That's what I did all last night. Number 4, Order 1886. Actually, I'd swap those. Battlefront was a lot more disappointing. Order 1886 looked amazing at E3, and then just came out and it was a movie.
Was it essentially the next BioShock game, or
no? It was like an old timey futuristic type thing where they've got futuristic weapons way back when.
Old timey futuristic.
Yeah, it's one of those weird games like BioShock's kind of like old timey futuristic.
But the game, how would you describe the gameplay of it?
Third person werewolf shooting.
Okay, I guess I'm thinking of. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the game Dishonored, which was the kind of the BioShock.
Yeah, that looked a little bit like BioShock. Yeah, but Order 1886 had barely any gameplay. Supposedly the gameplay it had, there's a lot of quick time events, and the last boss battle was just a quick time event.
Oh god,
quick time events need to die.
Thanks a lot, God of War for. God of War was such a great game.
What a great game!
They had to contribute quick time events to everything now, so everyone can win.
Anyway, number 3, Mario Party 10. Now, I put this a little bit lower on my list just because I wasn't expecting anything, because Mario Party 9 was such a disappointment.
Really? I'm going to have to hear about this because I stopped playing them after the
Mario Party 9 puts you on a car and you all move together. Stupidest concept in the world. It's supposed to be like a board game, you're all your own little thing, you all move around the board, you screw each other over, you play mini games, you have a good time, it's a ton of fun. Mario Party, you can't really screw that up, but they did, because Hudson Soft, which made all the Mario Party games up to 8. I don't know where the hell they went. I don't remember.
What do you mean they put you on a car, though? Explain this.
You're all in like a car, like a little car. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. You're all sitting in the seats of a car, and then you rotate spots in this car when it's your turn. So like this person gets 4, so you're all moving 4 spaces. He gets whatever that space was, and then you rotate spots.
So what's the point of even rolling if you all go the same distance?
Whatever you land on, I guess, is what you get.
Is the mini game?
No, the mini game is something else. The mini games have gotten a lot worse too.
So why roll a 6 if all 4 people go 6
Because not
spaces?
all 4 people get what you get when you hit that 6 space. So you'll go 6 spaces and you hit a star. You're the one that gets the star. Nobody else does.
Oh, okay.
Mario Party 10 did the same damn thing. They put you in a car again. I don't know what this person's thinking. They're like, oh, Mario Party 9 was such a failure. Let's do it again.
Okay.
What the hell? Stop. I love Mario Party, man.
It's just funny.
Mario Party 8 was so much fun.
Funny,
you buying hotels and stuff and upgrading them.
Oh, that was the one.
So cool.
That was the one that was like Monopoly, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. And then Mario Party 7 was great, and Mario Party, all of them were great. And then Mario Party 9 and 10 just took a shit.
It's funny, a full-grown man critiquing Mario Party like that.
I know. Evolve is number 2.
I watched my roommate play that a lot. It looked ridiculous.
I played the beta, and I was like, this is awful. Sure, a lot of people loved it, but that just had
loved it.
So many in-game purchases that you had to do. You want a new weapon skin? That'll be a new thing. You want the new monster that was supposed to be in it? You get that. No. It was paintings like on your gun. Like it's not pay to win, but it's still stupid
just
that it's in there.
Stuff.
And now they released a new edition like later on in 2015 that of course unlocked all of that. It's the Game of the Year edition.
That's why you should just wait a year.
You always gotta wait.
Every game ever.
Like Saints Row.
Just wait a year.
You just wait a year and you
then buy the real game. The Game of the Year should be the game.
It should be the game.
That's the game instead. It's such the game joke. Is like the beta.
The game is like, let's see how many people we can scam. And then the Game of the Year edition is like, oh, here's the game. Just kidding about the other one.
We want to milk some more cells, so here's the game for $30. Everything that other people paid $300 for. But Evolve was the ridiculous game where one guy played as like the boss.
One's the big boss. I love the idea. The idea sounds so cool, but it depends on so much on the players. And people are awful.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like whenever I play like a MOBA, I just want to kill my own team because they're the worst. They're, like don't listen to you. They're like not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're laughing at you.
Well, I know about that with first-person shooters.
First-person shooters, same thing. Like Counter-Strike, you get a bad teammate, ruins the whole game.
Last night in Warzone, our two teammates had 60 points in Warzone.
See, I'm not talking about just bad people. I'm talking about people that genuinely try to be a terrible person. Just like toxic, awful people.
Yeah, those people, if you have under 100 points in Warzone, you are one of those toxic, awful people. And get off Halo.
But Evolve was one of those games I was just like, I was looking forward to it. It looked like a lot of fun. I think it was one of the same people that made Left 4 Dead. And I'm like, oh, Left 4 Dead was so good.
A brave concept.
And then it just botched it.
Brave concept.
And then my number one disappointment game of the year, Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, why? Tell me all about it.
Rainbow Six...
Is this one that just came out a month ago?
Pretty-recently. It wasn't a month ago, but it was pretty recently. Came out during the whole holiday release and everything. Avalanche of video games. There's no campaign.
It's multiplayer only?
Multiplayer only. As far as I know at this point in time, there's only multiplayer. Multiplayer is not that great, but I always loved the co-op in Rainbow Six. Like Rainbow Six Vegas, Rainbow Six Vegas 2 are one of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. I have played so much Rainbow Six Vegas 2, it's ridiculous. Like, I've beaten the campaign probably 6 times.
Wow.
In just different ways. Like, it's just so much fun. Because it's a leveling system, even for playing single player. You unlock new weapons, you unlock new armor. The armor does different things. Like, you can get, like, more, like, resistance to bullets or more mobility. You can kind of do in between.
When you say co-op, you're talking about co-op...
Split screen and online.
As a campaign?
Yeah, campaign.
Okay.
You can also do online co-op as well. Like
just where you fight other people.
And there's also terrorist hunt and all this other cool stuff.
But this one, there's no campaign at all.
This one's no campaign at all. Nothing.
And it's junk.
It's junk. It's stupid. Like, there's supposed to be a campaign for Rainbow Six. That was the main focus in multiplayer.
Was the multiplayer fun?
Multiplayer was awesome in Rainbow Six Vegas 2. This one's mediocre.
This one has bad... Oh, we've seen a turn, specifically the last 5 years, of campaign is now a distant backseat, and the multiplayer is the reason the game sells. It's
making me sad. I see why campaign for Call of Duty is put on the back burner. Only like 10% of people or something like that complete the campaign.
I believe
because the campaign has never been fantastic in a Call of Duty game.
And only 10% of the staff members actually work on the campaign, whereas 90% work on the multiplayer.
World at War had a great campaign because again it was co-op. I love playing campaigns with a friend.
The first Modern Warfare had a good campaign as well.
Yeah.
But now they just, what can we do with multiplayer, and then what ridiculous voice actors can we get for the trailer?
And the only thing they did in Rainbow Six Siege, at least what I played, was you have a house, you have people setting up barriers in the house where you're like trying to protect the bombs or whatever, and then you have people breaking in the house. That's the whole game. You're breaking in or you're defending that house. And it's like Counter-Strike style. It's like you die, you're done. You wait.
I like that. I like that.
I like that if it's a game mode.
I love it.
I don't want that if that's the whole game.
I still feel bad for you every single night when I go to bed and I turn off my lights and I pull the blankets up and I'm getting ready to go to bed. I feel bad for Fanta that you never got to play SOCOM 1 and 2 online. It's the GOAT first-person shooter at the GOAT time.
I've heard it was great, and then they ruined that series too.
Oh man, or it wasn't first-person, it was third-person.
Third-person, yeah.
So you could do the stupid, like, you could like creep around corners and like see where the guys were.
Yeah, see, you could do that in Rainbow Six as well. You could switch between, whenever you're in cover, I don't know if you could do it in the new game, I don't remember. I don't think you can. Whenever you stick to cover, you go third-person.
So you can just peek around
and peek,
see.
Which is awesome.
It's such an overpowered little tool, though.
It is, it really is. But it was a ton of fun. I loved the mechanic, I loved it in the game, I loved those games. And then Ubisoft, once again, took the shit on a series that was fantastic and just flushed it down the toilet. Once again with a season pass.
I don't know how they keep making those. I don't think those games are selling that well.
What, Rainbow Six?
Yeah.
Well, this is the first one. I know this is the first one in I think 6 or 7 years.
Wow.
That's why it was such a huge disappointment. That's why it's my number one. Because I was looking for it. My roommate was going to buy it. Steven was going to buy it. I was going to buy it. We're all going to get on and play together. And then it came out, and it was just a train wreck.
It sucked. My number one disappointment, video game wise, was Jurassic World. Does that count? No. Some of the visuals looked like a video game, but good God, I almost wanted to do a video on that. I walked out and just wanted to hang myself. At least Star Wars was functioning. Can we call it functioning?
Star Wars was fun. It was a fun throwback to Episode 4.
It was a complete remake of Episode 4.
Now,
but it was fun.
When I first talked about that, I don't know how much time we have.
I don't know either. I don't know. That's why I was wondering right now. Go take a little peek. Hopefully we don't go over the 20.
We're at 16 minutes.
All right, we got 3 minutes.
3 minutes to talk about Star Wars real quick. Completely off track. When I first saw it, I was really disappointed. I don't know. I was really
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I liked it a lot. Don't get me wrong. It was a great film. It was well acted. Some parts were a little but I was like, I wanted something new. But at the same time, somebody explained it this way. They were just proving that. Oh God, they phrased it in such a way that was perfect. They're like, they wanted to go back and make a classic Star Wars movie just to show that yes, we're coming back. We're gonna make good Star Wars movies from here on out. So they kind of did a bunch of throwbacks to the original. Yeah. And then the new one is going to be a brand new adventure.
We'll see.
And it's going to be good.
Or we'll have a big battle on an icy planet at the start.
If it's not, I'm going to be pissed, and I'm just going to take a dump on Star Wars all over again, just like the prequels.
It will. I hope there's... We'll see. I didn't dislike it at all. I didn't walk out and do jumping jacks or anything when I was leaving either. It was just that was fun.
That was
Let's
good.
go home. Jurassic World was the one that I walked out and I was like, man, I absolutely hated every second of that film.
That bad?
I absolutely hated every second of that movie.
It. There were just a lot of points that annoyed me, like the stupid... why the mom was crying or something about her sister that she never saw. I didn't care about the family.
Everything was stupid. Every character was dumb.
The teenager was annoying because it was so stereotypical. It's
the visual effects were average. The park was so unbelievable. Watching the scene when the kids ride around on the Triceratopses. I was like, the insurance.
Oh, see that would have been fine.
Stuff
little babies. The little babies, though.
If that thing stepped on a child, it would kill it.
They're little tiny.
They still weigh like a ton.
I feel like that part wasn't that bad. What was stupid as hell was they were driving the balls.
The little gyro.
You're driving them? No, you're not. Nobody would come back. They need to be on a track.
Where they're canoeing and the Brochosauruses or whatever, the massive 30-ton dinosaurs are just right next to them in the water while they're canoeing down the water. I mean, stuff like that. There's a scene. Yeah, it's just a quick scene. They're canoeing down a river, and then it shows all the long neck dinosaurs from the first.
Oh movie. Yeah.
And it's there's no safety in anything. They're just in canoes with these 10-ton. Nothing about the park was believable even for a second. And the stupid kingpin villain, whatever his name was, the guy that wanted to train the raptors. The whole movie was just, oh my god. I was
for the military? He's he was a classic, evil military guy, from Avatar.
He's
I want these raptors for the military.
Drones can be hacked, but raptors can't be hacked. They can search caves. The whole film was just, I wanted to jump out of a window. So that was my disappointment.
I need to see it again.
It was my disappointment for 15. It wasn't even a video game. It was so disappointing. It went over our list, passed, and became number one. We're out.